Good morning, all of you. Today, we are going to study about the cardiac cycle, which comes under the topic circulatory system. So, let's get started. Cardiac cycle. We all have felt heart beating very fast when we are terrified. So, what is happening? The rate of heartbeat has increased. Now, our heart is a special organ that constantly beats throughout the lifetime in order to supply blood throughout the body without any fatigue. So, in this, what happens? There occurs the sequence of events. There occurs the sequence of events. So we will define the sequence of events from the beginning of one heartbeat to the beginning of the second one is called cardiac cycle. So now let us understand what actually the events are happening during the heartbeat. There are two major events that are actually happening during the heartbeat. That is contraction, relaxation. Contraction, relaxation. And during the contraction, what happens? During the contraction, the blood is squeezed out of the, or we would say pumped out of the heart to all the parts of the body. So there is the contraction, this contraction of the cardiac muscles that involves pumping of the blood is called systole. It is termed as systole. The other event is after contraction, it is relaxing, and this event is called diastole. The term used for this is diastole. Now here in the picture also you can see the heart is contracting and relaxing. It is undergoing systole, diastole, systole, diastole constantly. So let us deal with all these sequence of events one by one and how the blood actually moves. Let us consider the heart in the very beginning in the relaxed position. That means all the four chambers of the heart are in relaxed position, and during this position the blood from the respective veins are pouring in and filling the atrium. Now we can see over here there is normal blood flow in the auricles during the relaxed position. This is the joint diastole. That means all the four chambers are in relaxed position. Now let us see what is atrial systole. After the joint systole, there is atrial systole. Both the atria, the right atrium and the left atrium, they contract at the same time, squeezing out all the blood that is remaining in the auricle to be pushed in the ventricles. Now we can see here the movement, how it is going on. Now let us talk about the next phase. The next phase is very powerful phase, as that involves the ventricular systole. Now the atrium that has already undergone systole now starts to come to diastole. It starts relaxing. Now there is atrial diastole. That is quickly followed by the ventricular systole. Now here we can see the thick muscles of the ventricle is contracting so as to push the blood through the respective arteries. Now the right ventricle pushes the blood through the pulmonary artery, which takes it to the lungs for the oxygenation, and the oxygenated blood from the left ventricle is pushed into the aorta and is distributed to all the cells of the body. Now here we can see the valves present at the end of the these vessels. That what is the function of these valves? They actually stop the backflow of the blood. Now when the backflow of the blood would occur in the ventricular systole, the ventricles are contracting so that the blood is being pushed. Opening the valves, the blood is pushed into the arteries, respective arteries. Now when the ventricular diastole starts, the ventricle starts contracting. Now here you can see that the ventricles is relaxing. They are coming to the diastole position. Then what is happening? Then what is happening is that there is the pressure is now as the ventricular diastole starts, as the ventricular diastole starts, we see that the ventricles starts coming to the relaxed position, which decreases the pressure in the respective ventricles, and that results in the closing of the valves that stops the blood from coming backward. And this completes the whole cardiac cycle. To sum up with, there is joint diastole followed by atrial systole, then atria diastole, quickly followed by ventricular systole, which results into the pumping of the blood out of the heart, and then finally the ventricular diastole, and then the cycles goes on and on and on. This completes your cardiac cycle. Thank you so much.